A wonderful. A wonderful evening.
Here we go. Game number 5.
And we welcome you in a wonderful Friday evening. Excuse me, that I had to get right. I'm Joe Hillsman, joined by Barry Browner and Mario Mays. It is bracket play, the semifinals, the peak semifinals coming up here from the Tournament of Champions here at Wheeler High School. Our opening matchup will be the Grayson Rams and the Pebblebrook Falcons. Gentlemen, what do you all expect as we whittle the field down toward the finals tomorrow night?
I expect a really competitive ball game. You know, when you think about the future of what's going to happen for the state tournament, you can't think about it without thinking about both of these ball clubs, especially with the run Grayson made last year, the history Pebblebrook has. So you never know. This might be something you see in the state playoffs, so it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out tonight.
This Grayson team, man, look, Coach Pearson done a magnificent job with this Grayson squad. Having only lost one game, number 2 in our polls, fellas, Georgia Hoop Circle poll. Pebblebrook is very competitive. Coach George Washington's been here before. Pretty good team led by Dwight Murray and Swervin' Mervyn James.
Grayson will be all in green. Green tops, green bottoms, gold numbers, little white trim. The Falcons of Pebblebrook, white tops, white bottoms, maroon numbers and letters, and a little blue trim. It'll be Jackson, Anderson, Hallman, Edwards, and Porter, the 5 on the floor to start it for Grayson. Harper, Graham, James, Murray, and Howard, the 5 that'll start it for Pebblebrook. And here is Nick Edwards. Opening minute. Edwards over to Anderson, pulls a left wing 3. It skips off, no good. Rebound, went high, and Graham got the rebound. He outlets it. Now, and here's Howard. Up ahead quickly to James. James bounce passes off of Porter's leg, a kickball, and they will take it out of bounds on the baseline.
It'll be interesting to see what's going to happen with Mervyn James and Kenyon Jackson down there. That's a pretty good matchup. Mervin's going to Canisius. Kenyon's a big-time football player who could easily double as a basketball player.
You're right about that. Long arm of the law. And we've seen this Grayson team before, you and I, Barry, specifically, and we're just waiting on Terrence Porter to continue to come around. Now here's Harper. Harper spins it to Howard. Opening moment now. It's no score. Pebblebrook working on their first possession and a zone defense, 2-3 from the Grayson Rams. Harper open, right wing 3, bottom.
That's what he does. That's what he does, man. Great spot-up shooter. Knocks down open shot.
Here is now Edwards into the full court with the right-hand dribble to Anderson. Anderson hesitates, goes with a short corner float. It is good.
And that's what he does.
I like, hey, that's what Travis Anderson does, man.
Yeah.
It's the reason why Charleston Southern's got this guy. And he's a big-time player for Coach Pearson, that squad. But also, you got to watch this Nick Edwards kid, too, though.
3-2, Pebblebrook with a minute gone by. Here's Grant Howard. He's been big here at the Tournament of Champions. 3rd game in 3 days now. There's James, open, jumper. It is off, no good. Rebound skied for and brought down by Jackson. Gets it over to Hallman. Hallman now going to come up. Rico with the dribble to the right hand, stops and gives it to Jackson. Jackson on the cross, going to go below the foul line. Spinning, turning, contact, up, no. Rebound to Mervyn James. James now going to push it up ahead. Here's Grant Howard on a break. Howard, get that shot out of here. Oh, and he fell down hard. A foul on Jackson. It wasn't dirty. Grant Howard went up. Jackson went to block it, and Howard fell down hard. He'll get 2.
Tough move by Howard right there. Hopefully he's already down. Looks like they're going to come out.
He winced kind of hard when he came down.
Seems to be okay. It's like you said, not a dirty play.
16.5 points per game for Grant Howard in the 2 previous TOC Games, glad that you're with us. He's going to have to get himself together. Oh my, I hope we don't have to talk about the referees today.
I think he had 18 the last ball game.
Yeah, 18 last night, as a matter of fact, Mario. And like I said, this you've seen this Pebblebrook team a few times.
I tell you what, man, I like the guard combination they got. They got a great knockdown shooter in Harper. I feel like Grant is kind of a kid who can get to the rim. He can shoot the 3-ball, and then you kind of got the guy who controls the pace with Murray. I mean, they got a good core of guards, and it's the same on the other side with Grayson.
Anderson, a 3 off the screen, drops it in. So Travis Anderson off to a warm start with back-to-back field goals, and now it's 5-4. Float, no good. Rebound, Jackson gets it. He gets it to Anderson. Anderson with the left-hand dribble gets it back into the middle to Jackson. Jackson going to come all the way. Got tripped up, tried to give it to Porter out of bounds, and it'll go over to Pebblebrook. 2 minutes gone by. 5:56 to go.
He missed the shooter sitting over there in the corner right there. Holloman was wide open. Try to make a move to get to the rim, but turn the ball over. Tough play.
This game, I don't know about y'all, but this game is evenly matched with this first 5, fellas.
Harper on the cut. There's Murray. Got it knocked away from behind. All ball. Nick Edwards will get hit with the foul.
And that's one thing I like, Mario. I talked about him yesterday. I call Dwight Murray the party starter because he's going to start the party for Pebblebrook.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's kind of like as he goes, they'll go. He's been through it. He's got some experience, and he played alongside Colin Saxon last year. So, you know, this kid is – I think he's ready to take this team where they need to go.
Murray first free throw is good. We're tied at 5.
I like to see how the depth that Grayson has plays into this game a little later on.
Both free throws are good for Murray, and they have a 6-5 advantage. 5:43 to go.
And that's when Grayson play anybody, though. That depth, man, is crazy.
Pebblebrook with a little half-court pressure.
Here comes Porter. Porter in the corner, open. Hallman, a 3. It was bothered, recovered by Porter. Now Harper reached down and hit it. It'll go out of bounds. Then he needs some help. It will go to Pebblebrook. So a good job defensively, first with the block, and then getting the hands in there, Jalen Harper, to force the turnover. Now Grayson going to come back with some full-court pressure now. Joffrey Pierce, the head coach of the Grayson Rams. George Washington, the head coach of Pebblebrook. 2 respectable coaches. You gotta love their coaching styles. Graham gives it over. They go inside to James. James used some body, goes up strong, couldn't get it to finish. Rebound comes back out to Graham. Now it's on the floor in the paint. They try to pick it up, and a kickball is called on Pebblebrook. It'll go over to Grayson.
And that's the guy we talked a lot about yesterday, Joe. Josh Graham, always in the play to make a play. Always just being around.
Grayson coming in at 9-1, and they're on a 6-game winning streak. Won yesterday over Sacred Heart out of Alabama by a count of 60-46. Operating on offense now is the Grayson Rams, who also are playing very, very well. Anderson worked on by Murray. 0-on-0 drive, shot sent away. Access denied by Graham. Up ahead, here's Harper. Leaves it for James on the break. He scores. Beautiful transition bucket.
Great job by Pebblebrook on the defensive end. One thing that I feel like Coach Washington has done over the course of the last couple of years, his team never back down, and they play a physical brand of basketball.
Edwards with a nice drive, 8-7. Murray coming back quickly now into the forecourt. We approach 4 minutes and 13 seconds. Clock moving, 8-7. Murray worked on by Edwards, goes around the screen. Now Graham didn't do anything. And on the backside again, Mervin James. You like to call him Swerving Mervin. He swerved right to the front of the rim that time, Barry.
Always, man, always making the play. My man Swerving Mervin James on the finish.
Under 4 minutes, Edwards across the big Wildcat logo there at midcourt. Edwards goes between the legs multiple times, now gives it to Jackson. Jackson on the floor below the foul line, picked the dribble up. Pass was deflected there by Harper. Harper's hands have been active here early in this first quarter. There's a drive by Hallman over to Edwards, a deep, long right wing 3. Hill of the rim, no. Rebound comes down to Howard. Here come the Falcons in transition. Harper drives, tried to take some contact, shot up and good. Nice Jalen Harper.
Nice move by Jalen Harper.
Pebblebrook seems to be throwing the first punch here. Let's see how Grayson responds.
Edwards across the timeline. Working with the left hand dribble to Anderson. Anderson stops, pulls a top side three. No good. Rebound there, one and done. Graham got the board. He gets it up ahead now to Murray. Murray comes up. No one's going to pick him up, so he pulls a three. Badly missed. Rebound by Hallman. Hallman gives it over to Anderson now with 3 minutes to go. 12-7. Pebblebrook in front of Grayson. And now here comes something of that depth. D.Ali Thompson getting ready to check in. It's a turnover. Here comes Harper. 3-on-2. Harper lost it right there, but now Howard is able to recover it underneath the basket in the paint, put it up. No. High hand rebound. Outletting Anderson all the way to Jackson. Kenyon Jackson on dunk on the break.
That's a big possession right there. Big possession for Grayson. Been kind of a drought. They finally get a bucket in transition.
Nothing easier and nothing better than an easy transition bucket. 2:25. Hallman picks up Howard. Now they give it to James. James to Graham. Graham stops, fires a three. No good. Rebound comes down to Edwards out of the guard spot. He'll wait, and they'll come across the timeline now with 2:14 to go. Calls for the screen, and here'll get it from Porter. Now drives, takes some contact, off balance, shot no good. Harper gets the rebound, they're out running again. Here's Murray. Murray's gonna come. Good job by Anderson to get in there and knock it away because James and Howard were trailing in substitutions now.
Hey, this Pebblebrook team is gonna get out and run. They love to get out and run, and like I said, be interested to see if Grayson can match their intensity as far as running.
Murray spins it to James. James, a jumper, it is good. Mervyn James off to a nice start. 6 points here in this first quarter. 14-9. Now here's Nick Edwards. Edwards dribbling with the right hand. Turns back and looks as Coach Joffrey Pierce gives the instructions. Spins it to the right side. There's a floater by Hallman. It is no good. Rebound comes down to Mervyn James. James outletting it to Howard. Howard in transition. Howard going to take it. No fear on Porter. No. Rebound comes down to Edwards. Edwards now had it poked away by Howard, but Edwards is able to retain it. He's picked up and guarded there defensively by Khalil Hawkins, who has checked into the game. There's a drive by Anderson. Flipped it up on a scoop. No. Rebound comes down, and here's Jamal. Jamal has it. Now spins it over in the middle. And here comes Murray. Murray. Corner. Hawkins. Three ball. No. Long. Hallman gets it up and down the floor right now for both teams. Edwards below the foul line, a floater. It is no good. Rebound comes down. Their pace is picking up. We come up on a minute. Howard in transition, knocked away from behind, out of bounds. It'll stay with Pebblebrook.
We got a breakneck pace, fellas, but nobody's scoring.
Nobody's scoring, but on the offensive end for Grayson, it's one shot and out. And the one thing about Pebblebrook, that to me plays to their advantage because they love to get out in transition and try to finish.
And I'll be honest with y'all, all three of us have seen this Grayson team play. This is the first time we've seen somebody actually out-rebound Grayson a little bit.
Yep. Pebblebrook's doing a good job on that defensive end, though. Like I said, they're physical and they understand how to get to those boards and rebound.
Harper has it. We are under a minute. 14-9. Between the rings, he goes to the right side to Hawkins. Davion Smith in the contest, a sensational sophomore, at least by my standards, because Davion can go. Also, DJ Williams into the contest for the Grayson Rams.
And that's that depth that Mario spoke about earlier. Just keep bringing them and bringing them and bringing them.
Anderson around the screen, below the foul line, floats it up. It's off, no good. Mervyn James.
One shot and out.
You got it, James up ahead. Here comes Jamal. Jamal gonna run, makes his move, puts it up with the left hand, no. A follow by Graham, no. D.Ali Thompson gets the rebound, he gives it over. Here comes Davion. Davion up ahead to DJ Williams, layup, scoring, counting, and the foul. DJ Williams off the bench and into the scorebook. The Grayson Rams now with an opportunity for a three-point play.
A little hoop and harm for DJ Williams right there.
Right now, this game is about who can finish. And it's just a lot of transition going back and forth up and down the floor. But, you know, it seemed that Pebblebrook was going to inch out. And then here you come back with Grayson with a quick bucket, possible three-point play, and they're back in the ball game.
Free throw is no good, so DJ unable to complete the three-point play. Final 15 seconds, 14-11. Murray being worked on by Williams. D.Ali Thompson shows on the screen. Murray goes around it, stop, step back, elbow jumper, no good. Anderson the rebound. Anderson a long heave at the horn, and it is no good. We are through a quarter. Pebblebrook holds a 14-11 lead on the Grayson Rams. You're watching the Tournament of Champions on SUV TV.
I just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast. Do my thing whenever I'm putting on someone's neck.
My adults will be the best in 4 years.
Introducing Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
Stat Row showcases youth sports highlights and gives a portion of its revenue back to the teams. Visit statrow.com today to learn how your team can partner with Stat Row. Mario Mays, Barry Browner, I'm Joel Hilsman. We are here in the perch. A steal. Davion Smith, a layup. No. Rebound comes down to Harper as we begin the second quarter. Up and down, we've had the pace frenetic. Gives it off to Graham. Graham stopped and a foul call on D.I. Thompson. First half thoughts there, Barry?
Grayson's got to do a better job of rebounding the basketball. They're struggling with the rebound. First time I've really seen them be out-rebounded at this point.
And it's one shot and done, as Mario brought out. Mario, your thoughts there on that first quarter?
I mean, I think they got to do a better job of trying to dictate the pace. Right now, Pebblebrook's dictating the pace with the one shot and going on the in transition. So Grayson's got to find a way to, you know, kind of dictate the pace a little bit better.
Smith gets the rebound off to James Smith. He works on the left side. Glad that you're with us. The Tournament of Champions on SUV TV, second quarter action. It is the Peach Bracket semifinal. Murray almost got the steal. Anderson recovers, gives it back to Davion Smith. Oh, Smith now will wait for the D.I. Thompson screen. Doesn't use it, hesitates, steps below the arc. Badly missed jumper. Rebound by Jalen Harper. He's been everywhere. Here's James. James doesn't have the numbers. He peels it back and gives it to Harper. Spins it to the middle to Grant Howard, who's picked up by Smith out between the rings. Now he gives it. They come with the 1-4 set. There's a drive. Pop out. Traveling violation on Dwight Murray.
He did.
Indecisive.
Yeah, just wasn't sure what he wanted to do right now.
The 5 on the floor for the Grayson Rams. It will be Davion Smith. Also into the contest will be Justin Fleming, Travis Anderson, D.I. Thompson, and DJ Williams. Fleming getting some early burn here to begin the second quarter. There's Anderson. Anderson on the drive. Murray called for the foul on the floor.
Joe, what did you take away from the first quarter?
Oh, the pace is outstanding, and if Grayson, if they want to play at that pace, they've got to be able to convert, but I think right now they're being destroyed in the rebounding game, and the one shot and done is out there, and I don't think they may be deep enough, but can they play at that pace and sustain it, especially with they're not scoring. One and done again. There's Graham on the rebound. Graham now for Pebblebrook, takes it and comes down with the left-hand dribble. Hesitates, gives it to Howard, steps into a three, online, no. Rebound out of the guard spot by DJ Williams. Williams had his head up, had to maintain the handle on the dribble, though. Almost walked again. Here's Justin Fleming. Fleming holds with the right hand. Now asking to operate with space. He's got D.I. operated there. Now Fleming's going to drive, go all the way, float it up. No good. Fleming couldn't get the rebound. One and done again. James got the board to Howard. In the middle, here comes Joey Graham. Graham all the way. They blocked it behind us. Josh Graham, not Joey Graham. I did that the other day, thinking about the old Oklahoma State star, Joey Graham.
Seems like right now on the offensive end for Grayson is kind of one pass and a shot, no rhythm offensively.
But the lid has also been on the basket for Pebblebrook. Pebblebrook has had opportunities to score. They just haven't been able to score. But this Josh Graham, though, he's their glue guy.
Yeah.
You know, we talk about Mervyn James and Dwight Murray and those guys, but he and Grant Howard, but he's their glue guy, though. He does the little things that become big things.
Exactly.
Nick Edwards comes in. Travis Anderson will take a seat. Second free throw good, so Graham sat up there and made them both. And a timeout has been called, 16-11 with 6:13 to go here in this second quarter. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine offers the specialized care to keep your superstar playing at the highest level. Find the location nearest you at choa.org/sportsmed. Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sports Medicine. I'm Joe Hillsman, joined by Barry Browner and Mario Mays, affectionately known as the Georgia Hoop Circle.
Only one we missing is Blue and Marcus.
I know, right? Glad that you are with us wherever you are, on your phone, on your tablet, your desktop, your laptop, or just plug right into the TV, because it is SUVTV.com. Timeout was charged to the Grayson Rams, so Coach Pierce didn't like something. So no changes. It is Edwards, Fleming, Smith, Williams, and Thompson, the 5 on the floor. There's a drive, jump stop in the lane, up, tough move, and score, DJ Williams.
Great move by Williams. Maybe Coach Pierce called that timeout to kind of jack him up, to put some pep in his step.
Jumper, good. Harper, count it, and now we may have an additional 3-point play opportunity coming up with 1 free throw. It is called on
Mervyn James.
Mervyn James, no, wipe the bucket away. Yep, James picks up the offensive foul, take the bucket away from Harper.
Is that 2 on James?
Not sure. Coach Pierce throws his hands up, wanting to see what they're going to do. Fleming comes to give the screen to Smith. Smith going to drive, get below the foul line, hung in the air, and shot is up, no good. Fleming got the rebound, put it back up and in, count it, and the foul. Justin Fleming off the bench and into the scorebook. Been looking for minutes for Fleming, and now he gets a 3-point play opportunity.
That's a good way to hopefully get them going as King Jackson gets ready to check back in
for D.Ali Thompson. You know, if you could get Porter, Thompson, and Jackson in a solid rotation playing well, that would be definitely dangerous.
Man. I mean, that's a huge front line, though.
You've got the guard.
Yeah, you got the guard play.
Yeah. So here's Fleming. Fleming, free throw, no good. Missed it. Offensive rebound now. So DJ Williams has came in and inflicted some energy, but turns the ball over. Now Murray had it poked away. Howard recovers it before it goes back. He's picked up by Smith. 5:22 to go. 18-15, Pebblebrook in possession and has the 3-point lead. They spin it to Graham, who stands in the corner. Worked on by Jackson. Now to James. Williams now on James as a mismatch height-wise, not heart-wise, and a foul on DJ Williams.
Swerving Mervyn able to create some contact. Then he'll go to the free throw line for 2 shots.
And that's just because he's just shooting over him. Like I said, DJ Williams had no choice to hit the little part of his arm.
Mervyn James, free throw is good. Mervyn James now off to a very solid start. He has 7 points in the contest and a 4-point lead with 1 more free throw coming from Mervyn James. Averaged just under 15 points here in the 2 previous contests at the Tournament of Champions. Makes that second free throw. He has 8 today. It's 20-15, a 5-point lead as we come up on 5 minutes to go. Davion Smith crossing that timeline, worked on by Howard. Gives it to Fleming. Fleming sees the lane, drives, puts it up, no good. Rebound comes down to James. He almost fell down, kept the dribble alive, almost lost it. Cookie's taken by Edwards. Edwards gonna come, step in, out of control, offensive foul, Nick Edwards. That's his second.
I don't know, fellas, it might just be me, but it seems like neither team has kind of caught a rhythm and a little sloppy early here.
I think both of them want to push it, but like you say, no rhythm to it. And we had that frenetic pace there when no one was finishing baskets. Here's Howard driving and scoring. Grant Howard, strong move.
Grant Howard is a quality guard, man, that somebody going to get an opportunity to scoop this young man up, man. He'll be a steal, man. Solid guard.
Edwards goes around the screen. There's Fleming. Fleming has it in the left corner. Fleming gonna drive below the foul line, into the corner. Stop. Williams open. A 3 out of the corner. No good. Rebound. They fight for it. Out of bounds off of Murray. I think it will stay with Grayson. It will. Rico Hallman will check back in, as well as Travis Anderson. Fleming and Edwards will come out.
But that's a little bitty Davion Smith getting in that mix. Not afraid to jump with those guys and making that play for Grayson.
Kick it to Smith. Smith jump stopping through the lane, skips it across to Anderson. Anderson gets to the spot, short corner float, good. Travis Anderson, 7 in the game now.
Nice floated by Anderson.
Charleston Southern has a great guy coming to play for them. He knows how to get a bucket, man. Really does.
Into James. James, foul line jumper. Hill of the rim. No. Smith gets the rebound again. Smith with his head up in the left-hand dribble. He's now going to drive on Hawkins. All the move and go up and score. Davion Smith, I'm telling you, if he stays on that bench and there's a six-man award, he has to be heading the list. 22-19.
No doubt about it.
Around the screen, step back, Howard, a jumper. It is no good. Rebound smacked down by Hallman. Man, he got a great board there. Rico Hallman gives it over now to Davion Smith. Smith going to hesitate. Cross to the right. Now there's a drive coming down the lane. DJ Williams up. It rolled off. No. James is on the glass again. Outletting, and here comes Murray running with 3:20. Murray scooping across the lane. Layup flying good. Dwight Murray.
That was a big miss on the other end for Grayson right there.
Smith coming back quickly this way. Smith going to attack all the way off the window. No, and there's a foul by Mervyn James. Now let's check it. That might be number 2. I have him for a second. We'll see.
I think that's 2.
Don't call it over.
Yep, Mervyn James with the foul. That'll be the team's 5th foul.
And, fellas, he's got to sit the rest of this half. No doubt about it with 3:08 left.
DJ Williams comes out of the game. I like the energy that he injected. Kenyon Jackson and Porter back in.
Pebblebrook kind of looking like a little small ball right here.
Smith, the only reserve on the floor for the Rams. Smith drives. There's Anderson. He has it. We go under 3 minutes, 2:55. Kick it off. There's a drive by Jackson. Out of control. No call. Good no call. Jamal picks it up and gives it over to Dwight Murray. Murray with his head up, nothing there. Murray, right-hand dribble, hesitates, goes to the corner. Hawkins going to fake baseline and go. Hang in the air, kick it back out. Catch, fire, a 3, bottom.
Great pass by Hawkins.
That's a good look.
Puts the ball on the deck. Makes a great kick.
Caught it in rhythm. Right there, as my man Hemi used to say, right there in the shooting pocket. 27-19. Pebblebrook out to an 8-point lead on the back door. There's a drive. Smith up. No, they're blowing layup. Smith still puts it back up and in good.
Good finish by Smith. Grayson's got to take advantage of their size while Mervyn James out the ball game.
I agree with you, Barry. Outstanding point there. Smith, though, has played very well off the bench. He's on the ball now guarding Murray. Murray, as they operate the offense, pop it to Grant. Anderson chasing, stop, foul line, jumper, got to it and knocked it down.
I like what Grant is doing, man. I like what he's doing. He kind of seems like he has a sense of urgency.
8 points. 8 points so far, 7 in the quarter for Grant Howard. And he's played solid here at the Tournament of Champions in the 2 games prior. Around the screen, Smith drives up off the window, no. Rebound tipped home by Kenyon Jackson. So now the rebounding has improved here in this second quarter for the Grayson Rams. They cut it down to 6. 90 seconds to go here before halftime. Howard worked on by Hallman. Howard now going to dribble with the left hand. He's still worked on by Howard. And a 5 count. Good defense by Rico Hallman to force the turnover. Grant Howard got comfortable. A 5-second violation. Now Luau Solomon will check in. Here comes more depth. They just keep bringing people in. Was the bus big enough to bring the basketball team in?
Man, I don't know. They got too many, though.
Coach Pierce is still bringing them, baby.
Anderson now will get the inbound. 80 seconds. Grayson trailing by 6. They've got a little momentum going here at a 6-0 run. They were trailing by 12. They slashed it in half. Anderson crossed him up. Anderson floating. Left it short. Tip. Fight for the rebound. Knocked out of bounds, and it will stay with Grayson. Into the contest now. Tyler Shirley for Pebblebrook, number 15 in white.
I want you to notice something. Pebblebrook right now has 2 freshmen on the floor. Shirley, 15, 6'5" wing. Jamal Kleiss, 6'5" wing, 21.
Yeah. Inbound to Porter. 65 seconds. Grayson in the midst of a 6-0 run, one way and the other. Now he spins it back. Here's Jackson, 1 minute to go. Jackson, show the handles on there. Jackson out of control, up, no. He tried to dunk it back home with one hand. I think I might have just kissed it off the window in transition. Here comes Josh Graham. Graham is gonna stop and peel it back with 48 seconds. Gives it to Hawkins. Hawkins to Howard, he's on fire. A jumper, bang, bang, bang. All 3 of them from Grant Howard, 3 for 3.
Khalil Hawkins with another assist.
Beautiful, and he's done that off of the bench, Coach.
Yeah.
And that's just way to find Grant Howard, man.
You have to feed the hot hand now, Mr. Howard.
These 2 guys have a little chemistry. They play summer ball together. Hawkins doing a great job of finding
Howard
this guy.
on the steal, dumps it off to Hawkins, tried to get a little too fancy, picked up there by Shirley. Shirley down to Kleiss. Kleiss gives it in the corner. Hawkins, oh, he got him off balance. Hawkins looks, Grant Howard is open. Kenyon Jackson, he's used to catching passes, intercepts that one. Jackson with 6 seconds. Jackson driving all the way, layup, no foul, no call, no whistle, no nothing. Grant Howard, how hot are you? At the horn, no. 32-23, an entertaining first half. Pebblebrook holds that lead, 32-23. You're watching the Tournament of Champions on SUV TV. We're at the half.
Children's Healthcare of Atlanta's Sports Motion Analysis, powered by Dartfish, giving parents and young athletes frame-by-frame feedback on how to minimize injury and maximize performance. Upload your videos, visit our clinic, or let our specialists come to you. No matter the sport you play, Children's helps young athletes take their game to the next level.
Welcome you back inside of Wildcat Arena on the campus of Wheeler High School. It is Pebblebrook, a 32-23 lead. Joel Hillsman, Mario Mays, Barry Browner. Gentlemen, first half thoughts. We've got the stats in front of us and put that with our live eyes. What do you guys see?
First thing that sticks out to me is Grayson is shooting 28%. And the first thing you say, well, are they off? Or does that have something to do with the defense that Pebblebrook is playing? Either or, as good as a team as Grayson is, it's tough to shoot 28%, especially playing a quality team like Pebblebrook and to be able to get a win.
They hadn't, in my case, they hadn't hit any free throws. They're 0 for 2 from the line. Pebblebrook, on the other hand, is 7 for 8. They're down 9.
And then you got the Grant Howard factor. He has been on fire.
Grant Howard feeling pretty good with 11 points, 4 of 8 shooting for Pebblebrook. One of the stats I like to look at, assists on made field goals, 5 assists on 11 made field goals, and 4 assists, 11 made field goals for Grayson. Pebblebrook with the 5 assists. Both teams with 11 made field goals. The difference, the free throw line.
Free throw line.
+7 in favor of Pebblebrook. Here's Grayson. Grayson gonna drive up. No, stepped out of bounds was Porter. So it is Porter, Jackson, Edwards, Anderson, and Hallman. Howard, Murray, Harper, Graham, and James, the 5 on the floor for the Pebblebrook Falcons. They are in white. They're in possession. They're moving right to left. We're glad that you are tuned in to the Tournament of Champions on SUV TV. They dump it on the elbow, pump fake, and now Harper's going to drive, stop, now go floating into the corner. Murray drives, float, back iron, no, rebound, James. He peels it back out for the Falcons.
Another rebound for Pebblebrook.
Stop, float, Graham, no good. Rebound comes down, and they will give it off to Porter. Now up to Edwards. Edwards on the drive. Edwards gonna hesitate. Edwards gives it to Jackson. Jackson on the floor, one dribble, strong move. Blew it, rebound comes down to Jackson. Jackson up ahead now, and here's Murray. Murray gonna drive up. No, he was fouled on the shot attempt, and we'll go to the free throw line. Dwight Murray with 4 points there in that first half. He was 2 of 2 from the stripe, and he's headed back there.
Kenyon Jackson's got to make that. He made a nice move to the baseline. Then he's just got to finish that off the glass. One thing Grayson is doing, I'm noticing, there's that zone, they're leaving the middle wide open. Pebblebrook's going to attack that, fellas.
We talked about Pebblebrook being physical. Mario Mays always brings this point up. DJ Irons just checked in the ball game for Grayson, the Grayson quarterback.
Well, I tell you what, DJ knows what contact is about, and hopefully he'll be able to match the physicality of the guys from Pebblebrook, because right now I just think that Pebblebrook has been a little tough on the boards and is playing to their advantage.
34-23. Off the drive, Hallman, stop, jumper, hill of the rim, no good, rebound to Harper. Harper tried to get it on the outlet, out of bounds, off of Murray.
Bringing DJ Irons in is probably give him a little toughness, fellas. 'Cause right now, we're just not seeing it from this Grayson team, and it's not them.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's my whole thought of what Grayson basketball has been about on their rise up, you know. And right now it seems the coin is flipped.
Anderson floater, no good. They save it right into Jackson. Jackson up, no, can't get the bunnies to go. Knocked around, Kenyon Jackson got knocked in the throat, in the face. Rebound is up and in and scored by Nick Edwards. Jackson took a whip across the face and the throat and the mouth area. He's down on the bench now, right in front of the bench. He got really whacked. He is trying to grasp himself. He got popped. I saw it happen. Man, and he's trying to gather himself together in the throat area, and they're going to take him back, see if he can get some water. I guess he's acting like he's got to throw up, maybe. Oh, excuse me. Regurgitate.
Well, I tell you what, man, Swerve and Mervin is tough under that basket, man.
Yeah, and this Pebblebrook team is physical, man. They're a physical group. And like I said, this is the first time I've seen Grayson really get punched in the mouth like this all season.
Yeah. And you don't have to be 6'8", 6'9", 6'10" to be physical.
Jumper is no good. Tip. The rebound comes off, and Luau Solomon off the bench now and into the game, and there's a steal. Mervyn James is everywhere.
Man, Mervyn James is a tough
He's swerving.
cookie, man.
Here is Harper now. Harper, just over 2 minutes gone by, third quarter. 34-25. Pebblebrook in possession, and they have the lead. They are in white with the gold numbers and Nike threads. Grayson all in green, gold numbers and gold trim. They also in the Nike threads. 9-point lead. Harper, one way and the other. Ball knocked away and stolen. Here comes Anderson. Anderson by himself on the break. 1-2. Layup drill. It's good. Travis Anderson.
Good finish by Anderson. Had 7 in the first half.
9 in the contest, 34-27. A jumper is good by Josh Graham. And now a 30-second timeout has been called by Grayson. They have 3 timeouts remaining. A 30-second timeout. You're watching the Tournament of Champions on SUV TV. I'm Joel Hilsman, joined by Mario Mays and Barry Browner. The first of 4 semifinal games coming to you today here on SUV TV. Stat Row showcases youth sport highlights and gives a portion of its revenue back to the teams. Visit statrow.com today to learn how your team can partner with Stat Row. Our next game coming up is going to be a good one, a battle of the privates. Paul VI and Holy Spirit Prep. It's going to be the Ant-Man against Roach and Keels and that company. That's our second semifinal of 4 semifinals today here from the Tournament of Champions. We're on the perch in the overlook inside Wildcat Arena. Out of the timeout now, Grayson will try and come and operate. Davion Smith off the bench and now back into the ball game, as well as Khalil Hawkins. Hawkins for Pebblebrook. White over a 3. No good by Solomon. Rebound comes down to Murray. Murray in the middle of the floor with the right-hand dribble. Spins it to the right side. Hawkins tried to dump it down low, and then DJ Irons tipped it, and it's out of bounds. It'll stay in possession of Pebblebrook.
Pebblebrook's got to get it. Grayson got to figure out how to stop this Pebblebrook team. Like I said, they're down 9 at this point.
Howard steps into a left wing 3. No good. Tip by Graham. You talked about it. The glue guy. There it is, sticking it back in.
That's what he does.
Mr. Do the dirty work. Mr. Don't, hey, not the lights ain't on him, but he gets it done, man. He gets it done. And like you said, everybody needs a guy like that.
6-game winning streak also intact for the Pebblebrook Falcons, who come in at 8-2. There's a drive by Hallman. Beautiful move, Rico Hallman.
Nice take by Rico, and they need a little bit more of that out of Rico.
38-29, 4:20 to go, third quarter. Here's Harper. Harper holding with the right-hand dribble, now left-hand belt high. Picked up by Hallman, who already got a 5 count on him earlier. There's into James. James, foul line jumper. Front iron, no. Rebound hit the floor. It's still on the floor. Anderson picks it up. They knocked it away from him. Anderson now lost it. Pebblebrook's going to come up with it with Graham. Josh Graham looking. Now he's going to drive all the way. Now he lost it, recovers it, kicks it back. Harper, open, won't pull it. They'll settle it down and give it to Howard. We're under 4 minutes, 3:50 exact. In the corner, Murray gonna go baseline, stop, back in the middle. James was cutting, goes back to the elbow. The jumper is good. Mervyn James.
How many times have you seen that play right there? Mervyn James with a short shot in the lane.
He is so savvy and so on top of his game, man. The vast improvement. The ceiling still looks very high overall. Jump stopping, driving, and a foul. Davion Smith went sliding out, and he was fouled.
That 3 on James or no?
Well, that one's going to be called on Harper.
James.
That's the 3rd on Harper, though.
We talked about that yesterday, though. James has mastered that short corner jumper, that free throw line jumper.
The elbow, yeah.
That elbow, he killing it. I mean, that's his shot.
But you know the good thing about James, he understands where he's effective. It's hard for most young players to understand where they're effective. A lot of times you don't see him trying to do a lot of things that he can't do.
Right.
Smith connects on the first free throw. He has 5 points with 3:26 to go, trying to trim the lead down to 9.
It's 3:26, fellas. Grayson can't keep trading baskets with these guys, though.
No, they're going to need a stop. Right now, Pebblebrook, to be honest with you, they don't care who Grayson is. Across the timeline comes Graham. Graham in one way and the other. Graham going to drive up. It was blocked. Rebound, and it comes out. Now here comes Anderson. Anderson in transition. Gives it over to Hallman. Hallman going to drive up, reversing, score! Rico Hallman, a strong, tough move. Back-to-back buckets for Hallman. And a timeout call by George Washington. He's upset at Graham. He's upset at James. And Hallman now, will he be the spark plug? It's a 7-point game, 3:04, 30-second timeout. Playing at the highest level. Find the location nearest you at choa.org/sportsmed. All right, 7-point game, 3:04. So now, out of the timeout, what do you think was discussed in that timeout, Hoop Circle?
I think that definitely Coach Washington telling his guys, hey, man, let's be patient. We're in a rush. We're up 7. Let's be patient. Pierce is telling his guys, let's crank it up a little bit.
Rico Hallman been effective, back-to-back buckets now. It's down to 7.
Considering he didn't score in the first half.
Exactly. Murray drives. Murray now gives it back off, gives it, and there's Howard's catch, fire, a 3 off the dribble. Grant Howard stripping the nets, tickling that twine from beyond the long line. Again, he stretches it out to 10 with 2:35.
As soon as Grayson kind of.
That's what you want coming out of a timeout, though, if you're Pebblebrook.
As soon as they made a little knock into the lead, Pebblebrook comes back with a big 3.
Anderson, a tough drive, and he was hit with the foul, and that'll be on Murray. So Anderson will get to go to the strike.
You know what? Who's been quiet for this Grayson team, who usually paces them? Nick Edwards. Nick Edwards been quiet.
Well, I think that's part of sometimes what depth does. If you don't have it going, you can get someone else going, and if they get it going, you stay with them. DJ Williams got it going briefly, and now he comes and checks back in.
And Davion Smith.
Davion Smith on the floor. Hallman will come out, and he has got it going. Anderson, free throw, is good. Inbounded, now here's Murray. Picked up full court by Davion Smith. Double tap dribble worked on with 2:15 to go by Murray. He's between the rings. He's got a count on him, and he doesn't realize it. Dribbles to that corner, still has a count. And now Coach Washington had to call another timeout. You're not pleased with that to prevent the 5 count.
Looked like they were getting ready to go dribble handoff. Seemed like Hawkins might have been out of position.
2:08 to go, another timeout. This timeout brought to you by Stat Row. Stat Row showcases youth sport highlights and gives a portion of the revenue back to teams. Visit statrow.com today to learn how your team can partner with Stat Row.
Now, Pebblebrook seems like they're kind of out of sorts a little bit. Like having a couple of problems here and there as far as having to call unnecessary timeouts. Last time they took a timeout, though, they came out and they got a 3-pointer from Grant Howard.
Exactly. You seen Coach Washington come out of the timeout with a set play. They did a couple of handoffs and the dribble weaves, and then you got a pitch and a 3-pointer. So let's see what happens right here out of this timeout.
2:08 to go. 43-35, here's Murray. Murray worked on by Smith. They run their offensive set. Is coming and breaking free at the top is Howard. Howard being worked on defensively by DJ Williams. And a 5 count. Second 5 count of the day that Grayson has forced. Out of a timeout.
Looked like Pebblebrook came out of a box set, and they were trying to run Howard through a double screen coming to the top of the key. But the defensive pressure wouldn't allow him to get set.
Offensive foul. Inbound now comes to Murray. Murray across the timeline. Murray between the rings and the legs goes over to Harper. Harper back to Murray. 43-35, 90 seconds to go. Gives it over to Howard off the screen, a 3. It is no good. Rebound is going to come off. Luau Solomon gets the rebound. He outlets it. And here's Travis Anderson into the forecourt with 75 seconds to go. Grayson needing to make a dent. That lead now is at arm's length at about 8. On the drive, put it on the floor. Smith goes and flies and scores in.
Nice move, Davion Smith. The super sophomore again, just making plays for his Grayson squad. Trying to keep him in the game.
43-37, under a minute to go, 55 seconds. James bounce pass in the lane to Graham. Graham up and strong. Just another strong move from Josh Graham. Just an effective day. He has 8 points.
Call that guy the glue guy.
Smith with 36 seconds. Smith below the foul line, floating on the jumper. No good. Rebound, Josh Graham, and a foul will be called on DJ Iron.
Notice the difference on both ends. Pebblebrook seems to be coming out of some sets and running guys off picks, and coming off double picks, trying to send Howard up. On this end, you're seeing a high pick and roll, and coming off that high pick and roll, not a lot of other movement. And it's forcing Grayson to take some tough shots, man. Got to get some easier buckets.
Murray now with the drive on the back cut to James, easy layup. Mervin James.
Swerving Mervin.
Here is now Edwards. Edwards with the right-hand dribble, worked on by Harper with 7 seconds. A corner three, Luau, Solomon, no. Rebound, here comes Jalen Harper with 3. Jalen Harper, long lead pass, it was taken away, knocked down, and that will be the end of the third quarter. Pebblebrook in full control, or so it seems. They had put up a 15 spot there in that third quarter. They lead 47-37. You're watching the TOC on SUV TV.
I just love being a leader.
Because I like to punish people.
I think the big thing is just taking the right shot.
Just to embarrass people.
I'm a beast. Do my thing whenever I'm putting on someone's neck.
My dogs will be the best in 4 years.
We begin the fourth quarter. He's Mario Mays. He's Barry Browner. I'm Joel Hilsman. You'll hear their dulcet tones in just a moment. Pebblebrook up by 10 and now trying to go up by 12 and do Josh Graham.
Just call that guy Elmer's, man, because he the glue.
But here again, I want you to see out of a timeout, after the quarter, Coach Washington draws something good up. They get an easy bucket.
Yep. Inside, Williams up off the window. No. Offensive foul call. I didn't agree with that one.
Oh, Mr. Ref.
DJ Williams hit with the offensive foul. That one there is
I don't know. That's
a little
just
suspect.
That's just tough basketball.
I have to agree right there.
I think Coach Pierce going to want to meet him outside after that.
Ooh, wow. Fourth team foul. It's offensive. Here's Grant Howard. Howard, Hawkins, Murray, James, and Graham, the 5 on the floor for the Pebblebrook Falcons, who are now flying high. Here's Graham. Graham now will pull it back out with a left-hand dribble. Hallman, Edwards, Smith, Williams, and Porter, the 5 on the floor. Look at Josh Graham.
Here.
Fish in the barrel for Josh Graham, 51-37.
Graham's playing a great ball game for Pebblebrook tonight.
DJ attacking a beautiful jump stop down the lane. DJ Williams.
He tricked my eyes on that one.
I love a jump stop now. Ooh, that's a nice 51-39. Now Kenyon Jackson had walked back and is back on the bench. He had went back into the locker room area underneath our perch and got some medical attention. 6:38 and counting. Here's Murray. That dribble went kind of high. He goes around, and now here's the handoff to Hawkins. Hawkins looking to dime it off. Howard in a triple threat position at the top. Now he puts it on the floor. Drives left of the lane. Stop. Nothing there. Back out to Graham, who's between the rings with 6:25. Graham sees it open. Drives off. Does a jump. Man, they're playing great ball. Mervyn James with the hoop. Good ball movement and good patience. Coming back this way. Williams goes in. The shot is sent away. Access denied. Josh Graham with the block.
Hey, man, Pebblebrook has a chemistry and a rhythm going right now that is going to be hard to beat. It's going to be really hard to beat.
Floater, good, Edwards.
Nice take by Nick Edwards.
Edwards quiet on the night now.
Every bucket that Grayson has got today, they've had to earn.
Here's Howard, gives it over to Murray. Murray with 5:44 to go. On the drive, float, and a Mervyn James, man. Hey, listen, if somebody is the party starter, Dwight Murray, when Mervyn James keeps it going.
He keeps it going.
14-point lead, 55-41. Top side, 3, Hallman, no. Rebound ripped down by Josh Graham. Pebblebrook, man.
Listen, man, Josh Graham playing like he's 6'8".
I'm trying to tell you something.
But the kid is just physical. He knows where to be.
On the back cut, James up, good. Mervyn
they
James.
Just scoring when they want to.
Man, pouring salt in the wounds. 57-41.
And I don't think Grayson's been punched in the mouth like this, fellas.
They have not. 3 ball. Williams, no good. Rebound. Hawkins out of the guard spot. Look at this. Here comes Graham. Graham in transition. They've got number 3-on-1. Graham scoring with the little fake. Josh Graham. Pebblebrook rocking and rolling over the Grayson Rams. 59-41 and a blocking foul call. That's the only thing that's stopping their momentum. Wow.
But I want y'all to look. I know my camera guys getting. Look at Dwight Murray. Gather his guys together. All right, fellas, we good. Let's go.
Pebblebrook making a statement tonight, man. I told y'all at the beginning of the year, these guys was left out, and I told y'all what George Washington was gonna do.
Edwards pass stolen, almost a foul called on Mervyn James. They are up 18 points, 59-41, and they have poured it on. 12 points here, 6 from Mervyn James, 6 from Josh Graham in this fourth quarter alone.
And I'm gonna say this: the game is not over.
It's not, Coach, but that's a deadly run right there.
But these guys are making a statement. That's what they're doing. They're making a statement tonight.
Grayson's got to get something going. They got time, but they got to get something going. And they got to
go now. That's the thing.
They can't get it.
They got to score and get stopped. Here's
Smith. An easy bucket. Got to get an easy bucket.
Catch, fire, a 3, front iron, no. Rebound, way to go in there. Smith up. He couldn't finish it. Davion Smith. DJ Williams brought some energy. Smith brought some energy.
But the one thing you seen on that possession right there, they go into a set, they run a man through a double screen, and they got an open look at the basket. The rest of what's happened for most of the night has been a high pick and roll and a drive to the bucket and a tough shot.
It's a 12-4 run by Pebblebrook at the moment. Smith misses on the free throw.
And it doesn't help when Grayson can't make free throws. They are free.
We saw it yesterday.
Yep. The ball games were won.
There was 2 or 3 games of those that we had that came down to free throw. Free throw, no good. Rebound, Graham again.
6'8" Graham. 6'8" Graham.
I don't know if that's Delwan Graham or Josh Graham.
They list him at 6'3". There's a drive, flipped up by Harper, who scores, and Jalen Harper been on the bench in some foul trouble, so he wants to come in and get in on the act. It's a 20-point ball game. 61-41, kick it over. A long 3, no good. Rebound is ripped down. Here comes Kenyon Jackson. Ooh. He tried to get a body, as we like to say.
There's that man standing right there.
He was upset, though, about whatever, getting hit in the throat, in the mouth, or something. He wanted to come have a piece of somebody.
And I honestly thought, I understand that was a good defensive play. I thought that was a foul.
Graham with no back down, man. No back down at all.
Edwards up. Foul was late, but it'll be on Mervyn James. That'll be his third. I don't know who's been more impressive in this game, Coach, Mervyn James or Josh Graham.
Both of them.
Look, if I had to give an MVP right now, it's Josh Graham.
Okay.
I mean, what he
Mervyn
doing
James has done work, though, and don't forget,
but
Grant Howard shot that ball well in that third.
But that Elmer's, though, wearing number 23, though. Josh, he keeping that thing together,
But
y'all.
I promise you this. A guy like Graham, it don't matter if he get the MVP or whatever. He just does what he does, and if he don't get the MVP, he gonna keep playing anyway.
Yep, you need one of them type of guys. That's championship basketball, Coach.
Right, and that's what I'm saying. This group right here, they seem to be falling into their roles, especially in this ball game.
Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. They're gonna be a tough out. You've seen this team play a couple of times. They beat Wheeler earlier in the year, right? Are they going to be how tough of an out do you see these guys?
I mean, they got everything they need. First, I always believe this. In order to win the state championship, you got good guard play. You got an opportunity. They got three, just the group that's starting. They got a spot-up shooter. They got Mr. Do-It-All, do-it-everything, Mr. Dwight Murray. He can do anything to get, he can get anywhere on the floor and get a bucket. And then you also got to look at the fact that you got Grant Howard, who's kind of almost the same guy. Right. But the thing with Murray is he's more physical than I think people even give him credit for. He can finish with contact, and then on the defensive end, he can lock down. So you got a lot going on. And then when you add in Swerve and Murray, come on, man. They got some good pieces, man. That's why I say you cannot discount what Pebblebrook got going.
This is a statement, though, as Barry was talking about. I mean, this is the number 2 team in the state. Grayson, one of the teams that, we thought it was McEachern and then Grayson and then everybody else, and that has gone absolutely out the window. The Falcons will be soaring up the rankings, a traveling violation.
Well, I did say at the beginning of the year, not in the top 10.
But the team to watch.
Yes.
Pebblebrook shooting right now 52% from the field, 61-43. They have an 18-point lead. It was 20. A drive up with a layup. Good, Davion Smith. I still like his energy, and I'm not going to knock this Grayson team off.
No.
But
I think everybody is due one way.
I understand. But I think just looking at this game, Williams had some good energy, and then he had to sit. Hallman had some good energy, and then he had to sit. And I think you're looking for a lineup there. Might have to ride the hot hand. Grant Howard was hot early. It's James and Graham now. But as you mentioned, a lot of it is just the hard hat lunch pail work of Josh Graham. Harper puts it on the floor. Now here's Murray. Murray gonna go alley. No, he was going for Hawkins, who was coming off that backside.
That was a good look. Hawkins just couldn't catch it. But Grayson's got to capitalize on that right now, though. Shot by DJ Williams, no good. Nope. Another rebound by Swerving.
Look at that. Harper on the break and a foul call.
I would say this too, man. In transition, I just don't think it's another team, in this state. They as good as anybody in transition. With that rebound and go, man, they get to the rim quick. Man.
And what makes them so dangerous is you look on the floor, there's 5 guys. Your big guy, who's Mervyn James, can push that ball down the floor.
Yep. That was one thing that I would say that I seen from Pebblebrook all last year. And with Saxon, he was unbelievable. But man, off the rebound, it was a sprint.
Grayson, we talked about it, guys. They're currently shooting 31%.
You can't win ball games like that. You chasing McEachern. You can't beat McEachern shooting 31%.
I don't believe nobody can beat me and Joel and you shooting 31%.
You shoot 31% against me, brother. You gon' catch an L. There's a shot by Edwards. Graham again skying out of the air. Ball was tipped though, and it comes right back. Hallman in the corner to Edwards. Edwards now gonna drive, kick it over. Here comes Kenyon Jackson. He was mad. Whoever knocked him in the mouth earlier, he was mad. He wasn't gonna leave until he sent one home 2 hands. Grayson with 10 turnovers and shooting 31%. So,
those are 2 tough stats, man. Those are 2 tough stats that can't be beat.
They got him trapped. And a timeout call, a full timeout call.
Ooh, did they get the bailout?
Yeah, again, second time. Second time Coach Washington has been able to prevent the turnover. Let's see. This timeout brought to you by Stat Row.
Look, Grayson just being out physical. If that's a word. Is that a word? Out physical? They're being out physical.
Outplayed physically?
I don't think you'll find that.
Physically outplayed.
I don't think you'll find that in Webster.
Stat Row. View youth sport highlights whenever, wherever. Visit statrow.com to see some of the best high school hoop highlights. Stat Row.
Well, I just created a word because that's what's going on in this game right here. They being out physical.
Hallman, Anderson, Smith, Jackson, and Edwards will be the 5 on the floor for the Grayson Rams. Hawkins, Graham, Murray, James, and Harper, the 5 on the floor for Pebblebrook. Pebblebrook used a 12-4 run here to begin, and they just tried to get fancy after timeout. A turnover. Repeating the 12-4 run to start that 4th quarter, and that did it. Blew the game wide open. It was a 10-point game to start it. And next thing you know, you looked up and it was 20. Top side, Hallman, a 3, banked it in. A deposit made from straightaway center for Rico Hallman. He has 7 in the contest. 63-50, down to 13. You know, if you get a couple stops and you make some more deposits, you might can take it, but you cannot stop Mervyn James.
Mervyn. Swerving through the lane.
That's a good move by Mervyn James, though. Was patient, made Kenyon Jackson jump.
Smith lost it out of bounds. It will stay with Grayson. 65-50. 5-possession game with 94 seconds.
I think it's over with.
Did not see a 15-point game. Inbound to Edwards, blew the layup. Remember, they had a lot of one-and-done possessions there in that first half. The 12-4 run put it away, though. Look at Jalen Harper to the hoop and scores. Jalen Harper, 6 in the quarter, 11 in the game. There's a drive up Anderson. It was knocked away. Ball recovered by Hawkins. Here's Mervyn James. What you got for me? No layups. I like it, Devion Smith. Not a problem at all. Coach Pierce gonna have to go back to the drawing board while Coach Washington will look to keep the momentum going. It'll be win number 7 in a row, and they will advance to the championship game tomorrow. Right here on SUV TV, the Peach Bracket Championship. Free throw good for Mervyn James. Man, Mervyn James is filling it up, guys. I know you guys like Josh Graham, but Mervyn, listen, he has been consistently consistent in this contest. 6, 8, 12, 21.
Pebblebrook will play the winner of Blanche Eli in Miller Grove that comes up at 7 o'clock.
Free throw good. You have to feel pretty good if you're Pebblebrook then. 69-50, 19-point lead with a minute to go. Long 3 is no good. Tipped out of bounds with 61 seconds.
And fellas, I know that the rebounding battle didn't look that big in the first half, but I don't know if it's just Pebblebrook getting timely rebounds or what, but they just look like they're dominating the glass. Numbers don't show it, but looks like they're dominating the glass, fellas.
I think it's just simply being physical. I know everybody goes, oh, you keep saying the same thing, but I mean, the reality of it is when you make it a physical game and you throw a punch and you don't receive a punch back, you're gonna keep punching. And Pebblebrook they do that, man. I mean, consistently they've done that over the years. When you might look at the squad and say, man, they're not that big, they're not this, they're not that, but they're a tough team, man. They're a very tough team. Coach comes in with his freshman squad now. Not his freshman squad, but he's got 3 freshmen on the floor. 15, Shirley.
That Kleiss, Jamal Kleiss.
And
then going
Stubbs, 33.
Yep, Stubbs is in. Here's Murray. Murray to Hawkins. Hawkins holds it. Still facing that pressure for Grayson. There's Murray. Murray gonna drive an easy layup. They got so many points in the paint and just easy open looks all day. A 21-point advantage. There's a floater by Edwards. No. Tip. No. Rebound. It's on the floor. Edwards was fouled by Stubbs. Danny Stubbs.
Pebblebrook got some talented young players coming through that pipeline. Like we said, we got 3 freshmen on the floor right now, and then you got another sophomore getting ready to check into the ball game. J.C. Hawkins.
Yep, J.C. Hawkins now off the bench. He'll come in. First free throw from Nick Edwards is good. Edwards has made his last 3 free throws. It's a 20-point game, 71-51. Grayson will head home. A 2-1 record in the Tournament of Champions. And they will suffer their 2nd loss of the season. The first loss was the Warner Robins, who survived yesterday by 1 point over Cedar Grove. Cedar Grove, conversely, upset, came back and beat Decula by 24 today, 74-50. Up in the tournament up by the lake.
Are y'all shocked?
I'm a little shocked by that, yeah.
I can just tell you that Cedar Grove's got a player, Jamari Dean, who just got an offer from James Madison yesterday. So definitely, Coach McGill, Patrick at Cedar Grove, they're going to be a team to watch. They're traditionally strong, as usual.
Final 20 seconds now, and here's J.C. Hawkins. He gives it up. They're going to go for the hammer. Oh, DJ Irons, no layups. And DJ, be careful. Don't get a taunt on him now. Shirley, they back him away. There must have been some little jaw jacking there.
No foul?
No foul.
Interesting.
Come on, Mr. Ref.
Wow.
That's how stuff gets started, Mr. Ref. Don't do that.
And now he's more concerned with the Pebblebrook players not sitting on the bench. I thought that was a whistle. So give DJ Irons the block. Meet me at the rim. And don't be late. If you late, it's either going to be a poster or a block. DJ Irons with the block. Kleiss.
The young guys want to get buckets.
A 3, no.
Tough break.
Long heave by Solomon at the end, and that will end the contest. Pebblebrook, a big statement. They improved to 3-0 here at the Tournament of Champions, and they do it 71-50, a 21-point thumping. 71-52, a 19-point thumping over the Grayson Rams.
I just want to make one public service announcement to all of the college coaches looking for a good guard. I don't know what you're doing over this holiday season, but I will say this. There's a young man, Grant Howard, who just had an outstanding ball game. Scored the ball from just about 3 levels, and he can stroke the 3-point shot, man. So if you're looking for one, you better come get him.
Speaking of Grant Howard, he finished with 14 points. Mervyn James, a team-high 22 points for Pebblebrook, led by 14 by Josh Graham and also 11 from Jalen Harper. So they did the damage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players scored, all 5 of them in double, 4 of the 5 in double figures. Mervyn James led the way. Josh Graham, the big timely buckets. Of Josh Graham's 14 points, he had 12 in the second half.
That's big.
That's how you do it.